GM, it's zombie time, y'all. And we are dropping the last track from Helicon Descending.
Last track already.
The last track, man. Well, it's not the end of the show, though.
Fast.
We're going to be back next Monday.
Sweet.
Pretty sure, anyway. Unless I am starting new job soon, so we'll see how that affects things. But I think we're good. So
we'll play it by ear.
Either way, we'll still be back doing zombie time at some point. It's not like we're gonna stop. We're just we might end up moving it. But either way, this isn't over. We're gonna be back every week. And this isn't over because even though we're dropping the last song tonight, we still have the album to drop. I still gotta get this released on Spotify. I've still got to think about the album drop in Web3 and what that's going to look like. We still have the airdrops, and I showed you the artwork. I've been working on some artwork, and then so I've been working on some artwork for the next album. I've been working on some artwork for the airdrops because I didn't want to overburden Gerline, but because she is working on the animated film to go with Helicon Descending.
Oh.
Yes. So that is I talked to her about that today. We need to get more in detail, but yes, there's going to be an animated version to this. So I may release the album on Spotify and think about saving the album version. Like, I may not release the full album on Web3 until we have the animation.
Okay.
That's an option.
Yeah, I guess
Instead
that makes
of
sense.
because the other option would be to put out the album some kind of way, and then charge people for that, and then put out the animation and charge people for that. It's kind of like, I feel like,
yeah,
pick and choose your strategy here. So,
well, if you look at like a regular, if you look at a traditionally released song, you might get a single that gets sold on iTunes, and you buy the single, then you get a ringtone that's 30 seconds long, and you buy the ringtone, and then the music video comes out. You buy the music video, and all those things are separate buys. So it's not unheard of.
I guess that's true. And like I said, I do still think, I'm thinking about the mirror drop. I do still like that idea of doing it on mirror. And another option with Web3 music that you can always do is I could release the album as a revert collect. I could just put the album out there for people to listen to and no one can own it.
Ah.
So that would be an option, because that's kind of the option with Spotify anyway. So if I put it out on Spotify, I could also put it on Riff as like nobody can collect this kind of thing. And then like I said, I'm thinking about a mirror release. I did look into the document you sent me last week. I'm still unclear with that, where I think that you can't actually put the music in. You would be referencing the music to somewhere.
That's what it looked like to me. It was more of like instructions on how to embed reference to rather than to attach.
Which may still work, because
you can put it on Arweave.
Well, that, or like I said, if I put it as a free collect, or a revert collect, then I can still reference that post the same way I'm going to do with the singles. The difference being that, so the mirror post itself with all of the information, it would be the real deep dive on the album. It would be all of the write-ups included, all the artwork included, and then links to, because you can put the artwork directly in, and then links to the songs where, you can listen to it even if you can't collect it anymore. And then a link to the full album. And then, it could be that I could wait and do the mirror as the all-encompassing. So even after the film comes out, have the mirror post be like, here is everything from Helicon Descending. If you're trying to witness this album in any way, it's all in this mirror post.
That actually sounds like a really good idea. It sounds like a good idea because then anytime you're trying to share this album with folks, you can give them one link to the whole thing, and they can review the whole album, all the whatever additional things, all the descriptions you
You can
have
go
with
as
each
deep
track.
down the rabbit hole as you want.
Exactly. I like that idea.
Yeah. And I think that it actually brings value to everything because, like I said, the mirror post will contain links to every other NFT. So you'll be able to see whether or not the whole collection minted out, whether or not they're still available to buy. You'll be able to track every owner because you'll be able to go to the contract address and find out who owns this album. Everything will kind of
See
be
if any of them are available for resale.
right. So, yeah. I think the mirror thing is still an idea, but obviously Gerline's working on the film, and I'm assuming that I don't know, I may have to do some sound for the film because I'm not sure if she's planning to make it like a straight up music video where it's just going to be my music and I don't have to put anything additional, or if she's going to put scenes in there where I may need to lower the music so that some dialogue or some sound effects can be put in.
Sure.
So that'll be interesting to see how that goes, especially because 4 of the 9 songs don't have vocals. So those would be easier songs to put scenes over because there's already nothing conflicting, so to speak.
It would be the sound of the scene, essentially.
Right.
Rather than
And I could even
props and animals.
it could even be that I do an instrumental version of the album for the film. And so that's another reason why releasing it multiple ways would make sense, because maybe I release a version of the album that's the full album with vocals, and then we do the animated version, which has no vocals. It's not a music video. It's more of a film with this album as a backdrop, because even musical films are often very different than the album. Like if you listen to The Wall,
Oh, for sure.
The Wall,
That was
the
the
album
first
is not
example
the
I thought
same as
of.
the film.
Right. That was the first example that popped into my head, too, The Wall.
Right.
Or Clockwork Orange.
As a musical?
Well, film. Book film, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, no, I get what you're saying. I love that book and film too. No, but what I'm saying is like musicals, like the album version of a thing is not the same as I guess you're saying it's kind of like books. Like
it was more of a comparison than an example. The Wall's a great example because it stems from an album.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another album that's like that because The Wall is really obvious one. Trying to think like now I'm stumped on that one. I feel like I should know more off the top of my head here. I mean, one good example is just in general how like when you buy an album soundtrack, it actually has full versions of the songs, whereas like you don't actually hear full versions in the movie often. You just hear clips of it. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
Second GPT for some more examples.
Okay, cool. Bring in the AI.
The Wall's top one. That's right. So Pink Floyd's The Wall's the top one. It's given me the Beatles' Yellow Submarine.
Oh, that's
Prince Purple
yeah,
Rain.
totally.
Daft Punk Interstellar 5555.
Never seen that.
The Who Tommy. The Who Quadrophenia.
The Flamin' Lips.
Haven't gotten that one yet.
Is it on there?
No.
Flamin' Lips, something about Christmas on Mars, maybe? There's an album and there's a movie, and they're, obviously different.
Well, now we got some examples.
Yeah.
That's good. We got past that thinker's block. It's like writer's block.
Yeah.
I made that up.
I think they call it brain farts.
Yes. Someone already invented this.
Someone already invented this. It's been done, sir.
They should call it.
I'm jumping into the Hypeshot to see if we're live.
Oh, good idea. Did you check Twitch? I did not confirm. I can check Twitch.
I believe we have somebody on Twitch.
Nice.
If you're on Twitch, say hello. Give us a
if you
DM.
want, no pressure.
Probably Gerline. She said she'd be here. Let's see. Start getting prepped. I still have to do the art, actually. Gerline sent it to me, and I have the template ready. But I actually have to do it. Yes, it is Gerline. She is here. It is her.
I had to respond and realize I wasn't logged in. I'm gonna, though.
Upload files.
Oh, two-factor authentication.
Never heard of it. Oh, man. I saw a great Drake meme, speaking of which. It was the Drake meme, you know, the 2-frame Drake meme. And the first...
Nope on top, yep on bottom.
Yeah, yeah. And it was like, what makes you a human? And on the top, it was like, loving and caring for others. And on the bottom, it said, knowing which frames have traffic lights.
Yes.
Knowing which frames have traffic lights is what makes you a human, not this loving and caring for people. All right. Let me share my screen real quick. Oh, no, I guess not. I'll let you see it when it's time, fool.
Fool.
Maybe my file's getting a bit too big now. It's like, do you want to download all 18 pages? Whoa, buddy. My Canva. I'm in Canva right now. Like, no, I don't want all 18 pages. Thank you for asking. I just need the one.
That's how Figma works, too. It took me a while to get used to that setup. You know, usually I like my files and I organize all my files. A file with Figma is like an infinity in all directions workspace.
Figma,
you save like a bajillion different pictures in one file. I know you're not a big Figma fan. You like Canva. I like Figma.
Although, no, Canva's now aggravated me too. Canva is great if you just need simple design shit. Like simple design shit. But like I wanted to try to like blend something or blot something out, and they don't have tools like that. They don't have, so I'm sure Figma's better for that, right? Like Figma has actual like drawing and editing tools.
Figma's super powerful.
Yeah.
Surprisingly powerful.
Canva is, well, actually it does have, let me click here. We do have, I wonder what would happen.
We are live on the 402 homepage. Featured.
Boom.
Love that.
I didn't even set us up for that, so that's cool. I had been doing it, and I guess I kind of slacked on that. Oh wow, we have 3 people watching us. All right, well, you might be one of them.
I'm one on each.
No, I meant just Restream is showing us. So like Restream doesn't show Hypeshot, I don't believe. It only shows us Twitch. All right, so I've downloaded the artwork. Oh, also, we really, you know, this 9-week process is a bit much, because in the very beginning, I don't think Riff app.xyz was a thing. It was Beats. And at some point, Riff app has been launched. The website is live. So like I had to go back and convert all of my, I didn't have to, but I wanted to update the description, which I need to do. I updated my link tree by changing all the things from Beats app to Riff app. So I'm now using Riff app, but I've also been uploading and everything. I think last week might have been the first week I used Riff app, or maybe not. Maybe I was using Beats then too, which is why maybe I was having problems. With uploading and stuff. Maybe because I was using the other website. I don't know, but either way, we are now using, we don't have to keep being ridiculous and saying Beats app and then explaining that it's Riff. We can now just say riffapp.xyz, and that's what we're doing.
Makes it easier. It's one thing to stay instead of two things that are equally confusing and opposites.
So it is Labor Day, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. But I need to go to Whole
Thank you to all viewers who have serving. Wherever you are, whomever you've served. Someone appreciates you.
Someone appreciates you. That's a weird way to say. Someone appreciates you. It's no one here, but someone does.
If you're serving against some other side, you know, obviously not everybody appreciates that, but those who serve are appreciated. There.
Wait, so Memorial Day is for those who have passed. Veterans Day is for those that are alive. Right?
So for all those dead folks who are voting and watching this show tonight.
It is zombie time. So
very appropriate. Welcome.
I think that's one of those things people always have to get pointed out every time is like, no, this one is, yeah.
All I know is I'm camping. First camping trip.
Yep. That's what people know. They know that there's a barbecue to attend.
Yeah, isn't there something I should be consuming?
I did not attend a barbecue today.
I did not either. Yesterday. Barbecued some ribs. Barbecued the shit out of some.
All right. Okay.
Roached a couple racks.
Maybe this is why we were having problems, because this is different. I'm glad we're sharing this. We are now doing it different.
Is it still covering your gas?
I don't know. We'll find out. Helicon 9 Descending.
Oh crap, I'm automatic again.
And I did a write-up specifically for this song because after talking about how I want to do it with Mirror, I was thinking that like I don't want to miss this song's description by giving it the overview of the album. I'm going to do a longer thing about that. So we'll see.
Please, man.
We're good here. Collect settings.
I'm having a quick peek here at my my watch list, and it appears crypto liked today. Lots of green. That's what happens when you print more money.
Are we done here? We should be done here. Right? Okay, I don't like that. All right. I keep pushing it behind my camera and not seeing properly. All right, so. All right, we're good. Let's try this out and see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. It's live. It's happened. I'll be dropping the link.
Might not be first. Oh, I might be first. I have Raptomatic. Oh, we like that type.
All right, let's drop the link.
Oh, Robbie's here. We are not on Farcaster.
We are not on Farcaster.
Should we be?
I asked you about that a while back. I don't know much about it, honestly. Humpty told me we should be on it.
So is that something we should be checking out?
I don't know. We should look into it. How are we doing here? Did we...
Sounds like, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got an invite. Boom. Zombie, if you want to hit him with emails, he's got invites for you. We love that. Or I can hit him with your email if you're busy.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess that's why we need invitations, right? Maybe that's why we're not there.
Is it invite only?
I think so.
That would be why then. Nice. I have to figure out how to DM. I have not done that yet. Let's see.
On Hypeshot?
Mm-hmm. Can I type it right into the message box, or do I have to go? Having trouble loading the user profile. Oh, there we go. That makes sense. Twitter, easy. Copy. I love it here, but I know how to use it.
All right. We're live. And here's the link. And boom. Drop it in Hypeshot. Are you dropping my email to him as well?
I'm DMing for the invite link. But yeah, or if it's invite by email, I'll just send him your email. That'll work great.
Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, Ourania, which is kind of funny because Ourania very much kind of sounds like orange.
Yes.
And we have this orange theme going on with the album, the horror noir. So, you know, this is funny. I watched Terminator 2 the other night. And I mean, Terminator 1. I'm actually going through the whole series. But I watched Terminator 1 the other night. And the club she's hiding in from the Terminator in the beginning is Tech Noir.
Huh.
All right. So I'm going to read the description.
Okay.
The final song is a reflection and a resolution, calling upon all of the voices of the album to say its piece in closing. Our coyotes, the desert melody, overly processed electric guitars alongside acoustic guitar and synth bass, all recalling a memory we're only just beginning to have. The present is a thin line that barely exists, holding two things that don't exist on either end, the past and the future.
Indeed.
And I guess I'll go ahead and hit play. All right.
Nice. Good album fade out. Good, like, yeah, I'm excited to hear this last trilogy altogether.
You know what? I was thinking about that. Why don't we? Can we do this? Let me think if I can do this easily. We could actually listen to the whole album. It's only 8.5 minutes. So why don't we just listen to it? It'll be a rough draft. This isn't the final. I mean, not rough draft. It's the final music, but it's not the final mix. It's also an MP3 file. I haven't mixed it as a wave, so this would be slightly lower fidelity than it needs to be. Wait, I got to figure out how I'm going to route this audio in first. Because I'm going to have to switch to loopback. So let's get everything.
Why?
Because I have no way to like share a tab with that audio.
You're sharing a tab.
It's not uploaded anywhere.
If you switch from the currently shared screen to like one of the previously shared tracks, you could play.
No, I mean
the track
like
in the browser.
The whole album isn't uploaded anywhere.
Oh, you're looking for a file. Okay.
Right.
I was originally thinking just open the 3 tracks and tabs or the 9 tracks.
Actually, wait. There is a way I can do it. Boom. I got it. Good idea. I can do it from Lander where I mastered it and share that tab.
There we go.
That's how we'll do it. All right. So let's see. Oh, wait. I don't think this is going to work.
No dice?
Well, I'm in a different browser than my Lander. So maybe I can just log into this browser. My Restream is in Chrome. My Lander is in Brave. In order to share your tab, you have to be using the same tab that you're using Restream in order to share tab audio.
Gotcha.
But we are in. It was that quick. Just need the 2FA. Share screen. Which one am I sharing now? Meow. Indeed. Am I tripping? Why can I not find the Lander? I'm trying to share my tab, but I can't. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find the Lander tab. All right. Mastering. Let's see.
You turn the share on?
What's that?
Want me to turn that screen on? That share?
Oh, am I not? Oh, it's yeah. There you go. We can do this mode. Yeah, there we go. All right. Are we ready? Here we go.
I'm going to step away and just listen in for a minute.
Absent lips that never miss, making love but never kiss. Hate with all of your hips. It's not my fault that your art never hit. There's always fond remembrance of emptiness. Makes the heart grow fonder. You've been fucking around, and you're about to find out what loneliness is all about. Gritty sand between my fingers, your taste lingers, and I know it's real. Don't we always? We're just so sure. Rush! Stay in line! tapping of the corpses to stay in time. There is no peace or incentives alive. We know exactly what effect we could have on your mind. So jump in the fire and embrace the ego. The farther we go down this path, the more it knows what we know. And out of control, the vitriol you have for human inconvenience.
That comes together nicely. That feels like a totally different piece intact like that.
Nice.
I dig it.
Well,
I dig it a lot.
I have this thing about music too that like I agree, like listening to something, an album in its entirety or any piece of music as it's meant to be listened to is really different than just experiencing a little slice of it. And music videos, in my opinion, change the music because the way I experience a song in the music video form as opposed to just the song is totally different.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, you don't notice this, but especially in the MTV era, like when they played music videos, you would frequently have different versions of the song for the music video and from the album. Typically, they were just a little bit shorter. But in some cases, they would actually be considerably different. Like they would be considerably shorter, like excluding entire intros, or most of the time it was just like 4 bars would be eliminated somewhere. You'd never notice, you know?
Interesting. Now it's
And
pretty identical. Now it's
yeah.
like, I actually ruined music videos for my mom one day when I asked. She thought, it's happening live and they're singing and it's recording. And I asked her one day, you ever notice that it is exactly the same as the album? They're lip syncing, Mom. And it like ruined it for her.
Oh, come on.
It's like, sorry, Mom.
Yeah, like, yeah. They're not performing it for the music video.
But she wasn't big into concerts or anything, so like, I don't know, she doesn't have a ton of live stuff to pull from, but
Right.
you see one live performance and you're like, okay, that's not the album.
I guess when you think of like the music videos, it should be more obvious, but it gets really funny when you think about like how not so much Saturday Night Live, but like when you go back to like older TV, they were often lip syncing on the Ed Sullivan Show or whatever. Like they were
Live.
playing to the record. They weren't playing live a lot of the time. So like now that's kind of taboo. Like the few
people
like,
want different things. That's exactly it. Yep.
Well, I think like Avril Lavigne got caught like playing to a tape one time or something like it was a big mistake. It was a big controversy because she screwed up. And the whole Milli Vanilli thing was a big deal in the 90s. Like, right. So what used to be like, oh, of course everyone's faking it is like,
now we've got 4K and we can see you.
Well, you know what else?
See you faking it.
In those old shows too, that was pre-punk rock. So I think punk rock really changed everything in that way that like everything had to be authentic and real. Like I think punk rock really like brought being real to the front light. You know what I mean? And I think that's where in my opinion, I feel like punk rock diverges into every other subversive piece of music after that, meaning like rock and metal. Like rock and roll was a form of music before, but the way rock was influenced by punk is totally where you get like grunge and those not as heavy as metal types of rock. And like, I mean, Black Sabbath is credited as like the grandfathers of metal, but punk rock is kind of even older than that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, even like, the authenticity of hip hop is very much like the same authenticity of punk,
I didn't get into much punk.
I mean, just the movement in a sense. Yeah. The spirit of the thing more than anything. Right. The just anti-establishment, like authenticity. It was the brutal authenticity of like youth. And I feel like that's been a big staple in music. Or it was a big staple in music, probably through to like, I would say 90s hip hop is probably the last time we've really seen it. I would say everything else that's come out since is just like knockoff.
A lot of stuff
repetitive bullshit. Like nobody's actually made anything that real in a long time.
In terms of mainstream, yeah, I think I would kind of agree with you. It just seems like you get a seasonal.
It's not even the fault of the musician.
Everybody does the same flavor.
Because, okay, like if we were going to compare, like I would say like the next big underground movement I would think of in music would be like vaporwave, which was like the early 2000s into the 2010s. And it was essentially like, how can we subvert the YouTube algorithms? You know, it was right back to that spirit of like the same thing with hip hop with like scratching vinyl. It was like, how can we turn our parents' vinyl into music that we like? And then Vaporwave kind of did the same thing where it was like, well, how can we actually like steal all this music that YouTube keeps flagging us for? Oh, we're going to chop and screw it. Not even realizing that chopped and screwed had already happened.
Yep.
But my point being that still, like, what is that for a punk movement? Like, that's not really subversive. It's not really edgy. You know what I mean? So I feel like we haven't had a really, and I guess the other like unspoken part about here when I say subversive and edgy music is that it's political.
It's got a message. It's got a maybe taboo at the time or sharp. Yeah, it's got something potent that's being
Right.
delivered.
So, I mean, since early 90s hip hop, the only things I could point at are like Rage Against the Machine and Tom Morello and the things that Tom Morello's done independently beyond Rage Against the Machine. And then like Pussy Riot. You know what I mean?
I think there's still, yeah, I mean, in terms of big movements, I think there's still a good chunk of artists that are maybe less recognized, but trying that exact thing. They're bringing those
I would
messages.
hope so.
Yeah. I mean, one that just pops into my mind is Joyner Lucas. A lot of his lyrics are not necessarily mainstream, you know, get your alcohol and your jewelry and your expensive cars.
Right.
They're more about like
mental
health problems.
I guess that's why I didn't.
Societal flaws.
Yeah, individual artists are one thing. I'm talking about a movement, and that's why Rage Against the Machine and Pussy Riot don't even count. Pussy Riot maybe more so because Pussy Riot is a movement.
And global. That's a big one.
So I would give Pussy Riot more there than even Rage and Tom Morello. But a movement, an entire ground up genre of music that's like, no, we're not gonna fucking take it. You know what I mean? And we haven't seen that in a long time.
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe Web3 does it for us. Maybe
I was about to say, are we gonna see some crypto music? Are we gonna see something?
Where's our freaks at?
Hey, I kind of tried to do this. If you listen to the lyrics of tracks, let's see. If you go check out the lyrics for Kalliope, track 2, and Melpomene, track 6, I think those.
Yeah, you got some messages in there.
Those are crypto messages. There's some crypto messaging in there. So I don't know. Can we see some crypto punk rock, not in genre but in spirit? Like
start it. Maybe you've already started it. We don't even know what it's going to unleash.
Maybe so.
Have to find out.
So we have a few minutes left. About to wrap it up.
Ready?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, we did the whole album. Okay. All right.
We did. I mean, that was 8.5 minutes. It killed a little time for us.
I liked the full piece. The whole, like, the whole work.
Awesome. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to get it out to people one way or another. You know, like I said, we have the animation. We have
When Shopify poster. I want the 3x3, you know, the album art, the 9 grid of the covers. Can I get that in a poster? How do we get that?
Oh man, that's a good idea. Right.
Even if it's like an 8x8, just like a little thing, you know.
That's a cool idea. I don't know. I can talk to Gurleen, see what we can do.
Cool.
And like you said, maybe we can just do something through the Shopify or the Printful, but it would be cool if we can do something more. I don't know if we couldn't do it as Rizzo, too many colors.
But the Shopify will support like a crypto payment, right? Wasn't that
we haven't tried it yet. We have to set that up.
That.
We did talk about that. Crypto payments for our shop. And I think Lynn's integration.
If you need dollars, I don't have them. But if you need Matic, I have
Hey.
Nomadic still.
Hey, man. Well, but if you want to collect on Riff app, you can just use a card.
That's true. And hella convenient.
I haven't tried it yet, but also I don't know if you noticed, but you haven't collected, sir. It's
For this one,
yep.
it's probably just slow. I did it. I got it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. If you
Got my
say so.
confirmation. Did a like. Did a mirror
I
on
see
it.
your like. I don't see the collect.
I think it's a little slow to count it.
I
Let's see.
collected it. I see my collect. Because what I didn't tell everybody
I
so
wanna
that
miss
nobody could front run me. So the 13th one of Kleio didn't sell. So the other night I went and collected all 8 so that I could have all 9 collected in a row. So I am the 13th collector of Kleio, and now I have one of each track so that I can also be one of the airdrop recipients of my own songs.
That's the way to go. I've already closed the tab. I thought I was so complete. Let me check.
Just giving you a heads up because I didn't want you to
get I don't want to miss it.
After this.
For sure. I hit collect.
Uploading the file to be mastered for tonight's episode. And but I need to run to Whole Foods real quick because I have to return an Amazon package while I have Shelly's car. So I'm gonna run and do that and be back.
All right. Well, this was an excellent track. I really liked the full review. I'm excited that we've got a complete album and looking forward to those bonus tracks.
What are we gonna do next week? Let's flirt with
bonus
the idea
tracks
of next week.
Bonus tracks.
Oh, bonus tracks. Are we releasing? But we need to. Okay, I like what you said last week about having a 9-week, almost like post party to give people a chance to collect. Like, obviously, we're gonna do stuff in this next 9 weeks, but maybe we should give people another 9 weeks to get their collects in before we do the airdrops. Because
don't want to miss them.
But we could still, we don't have to wait for everybody. So we could still, experiment with the airdrops next week. Like, I want to try decent, hq.decent.xyz as the main.
Yeah, I haven't tried that either.
So
definitely curious.
Maybe next week we try to mint the first airdrop and I'll send it to all the collectors of tracks 1, 2, and 3. And we'll see how that works out. We can do a live minting like we like to do.
Nice. It's cool to see the process. You know, I don't always get a reason to use every one of these tools. So I like seeing them when other people have the reasons to use these tools. You know, when what they're designed for, obviously, but like I don't create the way that you create. So I don't get to see those. Like Lander, I never would have experienced Lander. Riff app, I may never have seen Riff app. I may never have come across Hypeshot. So I like this overlapping exposure is hella valuable to me.
Yep. And I mean, also it's kind of cool because we do our creator economy podcast and it's like, if people come to Zombie Time, then they actually see us using tools. They actually see us, you know.
Yeah. And they're always new tools. we're trying something new. We're trying the cutting edge. We want to be up front there.
I mean, really, yeah. Anybody who's been following Zombie Time has seen us play with a lot of tools. They've seen us, like, you know, experimenting a lot. I mean, anybody who's been following our shows in general has seen us go through a lot of changes in format and material.
Each series is a change. Yeah.
Super flexible. You know, I don't know, you know, this is one reason we always talk about how Web 2 kind of sucks. And I mean, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's not just a Web 2 thing, but like, it's not good for my YouTube channel that I don't stick to doing one thing. And I don't care because I want to just do what I want to do. If I want to do zombie time and I want to do a creator economy podcast and I want to talk about Avogachis and Gerline's headed out, and we're headed out too. But yeah, like I want to do whatever the hell I want to do. I can't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying good night, Gerline, and thanks for coming by.
Hell yeah. It's been fun. So yeah, I'm going to run my little errand and I'll be back as well. So I will oh wait, damn, is this master done already? Oh, it still has to create the master. All right, bro. I will get you a file in a little bit and I will see you on the flip.
Cool.
Thanks everybody for being here for another Helicon Descending drop. And then next week we'll be doing something, listening to some music. We got live performances coming. We're going to be doing an airdrop mint. So if you haven't collected tracks 1, 2, and 3, get in there. Get your collects in if you want to get airdropped some of this stuff. And you know what? Next week, I guess we'll do some art reveals too.
Oh, cool.
Since we're going to be experimenting with the airdrop, we might as well take a peek at some art reveals. So, all right, bro. See you soon.